Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. If you're new here, appreciate for watching. Man, I don't know what timeline we're living in right now, but this feels like the fucking upside down for real. Like, the sky is purple, the grass is red, nothing makes sense anymore. And I gotta say, Elle Duncan has completely flipped the script on us, fam. I didn't see this coming at all. Before we jump into it, though, y'all already know the drill. If you rock with the content, hit that like button and show your girl some love. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss none of these drops. We building something real over here. Now, let's talk about Elle Duncan. A lot has been going on with her lately. She leaves ESPN, right? Then she lands with Netflix, and now she's popping up on this awful announcing podcast. And what she had to say on there? Yeah, it caught me off guard. I'm not even exaggerating. This is one of those moments where you just sit back like, wait, did she really just say that? So I want to play this clip for y'all in a second because it might shock you. This one had my jaw on the floor for real. Let's get into it.
Yeah, or the WNBA, I stand on don't overthink it. You know, I do. I stand on celebrate Caitlyn. You should celebrate Caitlyn. You don't have to. I think with women in general, there's this idea that if you don't mention, if you sort of exceptionalize one woman, that you have to then acknowledge every other woman in history that's come before her, or you're somehow disrespecting legacy, or you're not shining a bright enough light. I think there's just this misconception that we can't exceptionalize women. And if you exceptionalize LeBron and you make him MVP, then this doesn't have to be Mean Girls. We don't have to break off the crown and give every single little person a piece. But I also think that it's up to the league, it's up to broadcasters, it's up to media to continue to paint, or shine a light rather on what's important and the storylines that are important.
Yeah, Elle. Hey, Elle, come on up to the front real quick. I need my belt. What? Where is my belt at? Elle, you real lucky I don't got my belt right now. For real. Because for the last 2 years, Elle, you've been saying this whole thing is a Caitlyn Clark fan problem. You said they don't celebrate nobody else. You went on record saying they were sucking, F-U-C-K-I-N-G, the life out of the WNBA. Your words, not mine. So now I gotta ask, do you still stand on that? Or are we switching the energy today? Hold on, man. Because something ain't adding up. Let's really talk about it. Do I really gotta run this clip right now? And shout out to Ken Swift. Seriously, shout out to him. I'm glad I pulled back because my guy already got everything lined up. Shout out to Ken Swift for keeping the receipts, fam. He's got it all right there on deck.
And that's the worst part of all this, is the new fans are sucking the life out of the WNBA right now. It's just the truth. You are right. You are right, new fans. There has never been more viewership because of Caitlyn Clark. There's never been more attention. They're doing 40 minutes on First Take about Caitlyn Clark. They never did that before, as Monica McNutt called out. You're right. But you know what there was in the WNBA last year and the years prior? There was other storylines. There was joy. There was talk of competition. There was talk of what was actually happening on the court.
All right. So you really just got on here and said it's okay to celebrate Caitlyn Clark? That sounds like a whole lot of people celebrating Caitlyn Clark to me, fam. I'm just saying, you starting to look a little inconsistent. 1 minute you on one side, next minute you on the other. You fucking flopping all over the place. You're flippy floppy. Like a fish out of water, just slapping the deck trying to breathe. And you didn't just say it. You said it with this real fucking aggressive, turbulent energy before. Talking about fans sucking the life out of the league. But now the tone changed. That's wild. Shannon Sharpe said something that fits this perfectly, fam. He said, watch the foot you step on today because that foot might be connected to the leg that leads up to the butt you gotta kiss tomorrow. Because the moment you left ESPN, boom, full 360, whole personality shift. It really makes you wonder if ESPN is like a monolith. Like, if you in that building, you have to bash Caitlyn Clark. You have to come at the fan base. You gotta follow the script. That's what it looks like from the outside. Now, don't get me wrong. Elle Duncan is smart. Real smart. You gotta watch her. She probably sat there like, okay, I got a new show. I'm hosting something new. We need traffic. We need eyes. Let me say something that'll pull that Caitlyn Clark fan base in. Let me say something nice. Let me say something that gets people talking. And guess what? It worked. You got me. You absolutely got me with this one. I heard that and almost did a backflip, fell on my head, everything. I said, hold up. Is this Elle Duncan? Is this Elle Duncan or F Duncan? Which Duncan is this? Because this is not the same energy from 2 years ago. This is different Duncan. And yeah, fam, this is crazy work. She had a clip just like this where she was straight up calling out Caitlyn and the nonsense Cheryl Swoopes was talking, right?
A lot of whenever ESPN PR is talking about this year's ratings, and they keep comparing it to 2023. And there is a nice, faction of social media that's like, you're ignoring last year. You're ignoring Caitlyn Clark. You're ignoring, but you guys.
Nah, listen to this real quick.
They're dominating, man.
That's crazy.
They're out here dominating. Now, someone did take a loss in the basketball world this week, though, and I love her, but she's wrong here. Cheryl Swoopes, former WNBA player, we all know that, current host of Queen of the Court podcast. She had some thoughts. She's had some thoughts previously about Caitlyn. She would later have to apologize of those thoughts being uninformed, she shoots like 60 shots a game, just being a little bit inflammatory and critical without any actual analysis. And she apologized for that during the women's college season, and she's now stepped in it again by saying that Indiana is in the playoffs right now without Caitlyn Clark, by saying that Katie Lou Samuelson's really more integral in terms of her two-way ability than Caitlyn, and also saying that, and I don't besmirch her for this because lots of people are making arguments for whether they.
All right, so yeah, she did call Cheryl Swoopes out on some of that nonsense, and I'll give her that. I can't be completely unfair. There were moments where it looked like she actually rocked with Caitlyn. There were times she sounded like she was on the Caitlyn Clark fan base side. But that's the problem. You all over the place. 1 minute you with us, the next minute you're not. So which is it? Are you riding with this fan base or are you against it? And look, it's perfectly fine to be a fan of other players. It's okay to support multiple stars, multiple teams, multiple fan bases. I do it. I got no issue with that. But what's not okay is to disrespect an entire fan base the way you did. The fucking pitchfork talk. The sucking the life out of the WNBA line. That wasn't critique. That was bashing. That's where it became ridiculous. Asinine, honestly. I've been called all kinds of things online, but I've never turned around and labeled a whole fan base as racist or toxic or unbearable just because they support one player. That's lazy. That's irresponsible. And let's keep it real. This didn't start in a vacuum. I remember Andrea saying straight up on a podcast in front of a live audience, when I talk about Caitlyn Clark, I gotta throw everybody else in there too. She said that, fam, out loud. And that right there is why the fan base is frustrated. For 2 years, people been telling us we're unbearable, when all we've really been doing is celebrating Caitlyn Clark and calling out nonsense when we see it. That's it. That's all. So now, after 2 years of bashing, you pop up like, well, it's okay to do what they're doing. Come on, man. And don't forget, when Caitlyn's made the Time magazine cover, the first reaction from the Mystics owner was basically, everybody should have been on that cover. Where was the outrage then? Where was the pushback? Did you call that out, Lav? I don't remember you doing it. Look, I'm all for growth. I'm all for people changing. But if you really changed, the least you can do is say, yeah, I was fucking wrong. Okay, fam, I done with this sale shit. Let me know in the comments section. I love y'all. Don't forget like and subscribe. Show some love. See you in next.
And about to Caitlyn Clark's update. Yeah, she going NBC for NBA commentary today, and one of her video viral on social media. On Arizona State University revealed Brianne January bobbleheads for an upcoming game. Caitlyn couldn't get enough of them, LMFO.
history has been bobbled.
You have been bobbled.
Oh my goodness.
You have been bobbled, Bridget.
Good. Oh my god. I cannot. There it is. I know.
I have one.
You can have one. No, you definitely can't. This is not. Where is Brie? I know. Look, yeah. It's official, guys. It's official. Maybe. This is all in play.